Hey there, this is Pritesh and I'm back with another interesting video, and this video is a step-by-step process on how exactly I created my recent AI generated video that I uploaded on this channel, and I will walk you through the whole process. But before jumping into the video, I would like to share a few things with you about this channel. So first of all, you might have noticed that we are not very active on the long format content for this channel. Two reasons. First of all, I've been working on several projects, specifically AI based projects, because the things are going so fast over there, so need to cope up over there. Plus, I'm slightly more active on short format content, and you can simply notice that I'm just testing it out a bit. So that's the update about this channel. And talking about the second update, this video is not a sponsored video. This is purely talking about the tools that I have used in my process. So if you somehow make a decision to proceed with these tools, I would really appreciate if you can use the links that I've shared in my description, so that I will slightly get help from that, so that I can support my other projects that I'm using. So that's all about the updates, and the voice for this video might be slightly low because it's literally 2 a.m. right now, and I'm still just creating this video to document my overall journey so that I can even refer that later. So with that said, let's get started. So we are inside the screen, and this is how it looked like, the raw format. And just to inform you properly that this is not a completely AI generated video, obviously, because I used footages, audio, images, a lot of things that was all AI generated, but at the same time I still need to edit the videos. Basically, you get all the footages and everything. Consider it like there are two phases in any video creation process, right? First of all, you record things, and then secondly, you need to edit that in a proper sequence. I see several people are able to automate both the processes, but for my stage, I'm currently using just AI generated footages, recordings, and all those things, and then later on editing it manually. So this is how it looks like. So if you see, all these are AI generated footages. Then I have blended in multiple timelines, so I can use them. Then I have used AI generated audio files over here. Then there are some voiceovers over here. Then AI generated text as in caption, and that's how. So that's the overall process. And I will be very honest with you, this whole process of creating this video, it took me around 4.5 hours. So how is the breakdown? So I started with Higgsfield. That's a completely new tool for me because it was a paid tool. So I purchased it. I tried to understand how it works. I tested it and everything. So this took me around 2 hours. That's the entire process of experimenting and trying out the tool. That was about 2 hours. Then 2.5 hours for generation of footages, generation of the audios. All those things took around 2.5 hours, including the editing part. Editing is obviously easier for me because I've been doing that, but still, since it was my first project, so I obviously went into extreme details, which was not really required, although there is a lot of scope of improvement over here, but still it took slightly longer for me, and overall this project took me around 4.5 hours. So I've been using Higgsfield for this entire process, and two more tools I will share about them as well, but this has been the primary tool that I've been using for AI video generation. So right now I have this ultimate plan which costs around $49, but obviously I made a decision to go with pro plan initially because I didn't want to spend a lot on it. Plus I also wanted sufficient amount of credits, but eventually they upsold me with a very nice offer once I made the payment for pro, and I simply made that payment for the ultimate plan because I got a very nice discount over there. So right now I'm on the ultimate plan. So ultimate plan costs around $49, and you get around 1200 credits for that. So if you see, this entire project took me around 230 credits, and that was sufficient for one video. But I would say if you are into multiple videos and you are a pro video creator, then I think this plan won't be suitable for you because this will wipe out your credits very soon. Now the reason why I went with Higgsfield is because it has multiple video generation models within itself. So if you see Flux, Dream, this is a Chinese model from TikTok, Nano Banana, Google, Kling, again a Chinese model, GPT Image, Kling. So all the best possible models that are available for video and image generation that are present with this. So this is kind of an aggregator within the ecosystem of AI, and that's why I preferred Higgsfield for this process. Once you purchase the tool, then you need to come to this Cinema Studio 2.0. There are multiple things, like this tool is very much cluttered, I would say. It's not a great UX, but at the same time I understand why exactly it is. But before even coming to this Cinema Studio 2.0, you need to generate a script. You need to create a script for yourself, like what exactly you are trying to create. Once you have a storyline, once you have the characters, then you have something in your mind, you need to come to this and create a new project. Based on my insights, my recommendation would be create images first and then proceed with the video creation. What exactly I mean by that? Once you decide to generate images, simply make sure that you create characters, as in Here I am using myself as a character. So what I did, I uploaded multiple images of myself to train the model how I look like from all the angles. You simply need to click on this. This is an amazing feature, by the way, to maintain character consistency. So if you see, this is my model train. You simply need to create new, upload multiple images, name what exactly you want to name your model, and that's it. Create the character for yourself. So what this will do, whenever you will try to tell the AI tool to create any image or video which will be consisting of you simply need to type this and select the model. And now if you see, P2 is probably eating, something like that. Then there are multiple options over here which are kind of understood by filmmakers, and this is exactly why it took some time for me to understand the fundamentals of filmmaking. And yeah, like that's how it took 2 hours to explore this product altogether. I will tell you what exactly I mean over there. So now you should know aspect ratio first of all, then resolution, that's obvious, grid, that's okay. Now this is the trickier part. Now this is giving you all sort of cameras, then aperture, lens, focal length, and I understand nothing about this. So there is no help over there, there is no documentation. So I somewhere feel that this tool doesn't have a strong documentation. Not strong, I couldn't even find its documentation, which is quite surprising because most of the SaaS products have quite strong documentation, but this tool doesn't have. At least I couldn't find that, and that made me explore all things by myself. So I used ChatGPT, Gemini to just understand all the fundamentals of filmmaking, and that's how I decided to make these multiple camera angles and everything. So as you can see, I have multiple images over here. So what I did, whatever frames or footages I wanted to create, I generated an image for that first, because it's much cheaper if you generate image first, use it as a reference, and generate footages or videos based on that. If you directly straight away ask it to create videos, it will be very expensive for you, and this is just a way to optimize your credit consumption. And even all the images are not perfect. So imagine if your videos get spoiled up, how much credits you are getting consumed. For example, now this is terrible image. There is no character consistency over here. I don't know why Mark is looking in the screen when there was like, this is the right image that I was expecting. Then this is some random image that we see. Again here I am showing something to Mark which is refers to what I was looking for, and similarly like this is the best image that I could get. So like, yeah, like that's the overall process. You see, generate images first and then try to use images as a reference. Once I was ready with all the images, I went to video option. Even here, the videos won't be perfect in the first prompt itself. You need to keep on iterating. So once you are done with the images, come here over video, and this is an interesting section. So here in director panel, what exactly you can do, you can add your characters. So whatever characters you want to use, these will be mentioned whenever you want to generate any AI video. So whatever characters will be playing in that particular frame, they will be all present in this. Then movement, there are so many options, like although I do not understand most of the things, like there is a way how directors think when they are capturing some video, but of course we are not filmmakers, so I just kept it on auto because that's the best way. Then the next option is speed ramp. If you see, there are multiple speeds over there. I mostly keep it on auto because we do not understand what scene requires slow motion or fast effect. If you are generating some action scene, then obviously it's fast. If something is about a drone effect or something, it's slow. Then those things are quite obvious, but in most of the cases we do not understand that. So let's leave it to AI to figure it out. So just keep it auto and that's it. Duration, I mostly keep it 4 seconds to 10 seconds depending on what exactly I want to generate. Do not try to generate 1 minute, 2 minute videos. They will be extremely expensive. Just keep on joining multiple footages, that will be good enough for you. Then this is an amazing option, single shot. Whether you want to generate a scene which is a single shot or multi-shot auto, as in this will let AI figure out whether the scene has to be multi-shot or not. If yes, then what kind of angles should be used. And then multi-shot manual, if you are an expert, use it. Then again aspect ratio, then what exactly the quality has to be. Then again, this is an interesting setting. So this allows you to set what kind of video you are generating. If it's action, then it will automatically understand that things need to be fast, there has to be a music with it. Same for horror. If you select horror, the music will be very different. And that's how this whole thing, that's what I love about this tool, that it figures it out everything by its own, and better than me, of course. So I just keep it on general depending on what the scene is, but for my video I kept horror in the beginning, and towards the end it was general. Then this is about the batch size, as in one prompt how many videos you want to generate. So if you make this 4, then automatically one scene will have 4 different kind of videos generated. Again, this will be costlier for your credits, so I personally just prefer generating one video at a time. I don't want multiple variations. But if you're really serious about your video creation process, then it's better that you select multiple batches in that. Now this is an amazing option, start frame. So what it does, it lets you set one image or something, some reference as the beginning of the frame, and the end frame lets you select some end of the frame. So let's say there is a scene where you are facing the camera and the scene ends with the camera facing to the villain, let's assume. So you can paste your image as the first reference, as in start frame, and end frame will be the villain's face, and in the middle of the whole video it will be depending on the video prompt that you created. So that's the overall beauty of this tool. And of course this is about the tokens it will take to generate that particular footage. And as I mentioned, if you increase this is increasing, right? So that's how it works. Now coming back to the videos that I generated for my project, so these are multiple videos. In fact, I deleted so many of my videos because I wanted to keep my workspace clean, but some videos were absolutely rubbish and some were intentionally made rubbish because of my fault, obviously. So for example, this particular video, this was really good, but what happened that if you see the screen that I am showing in that particular footage, it would be very difficult for me to place my custom screen recording over there. I wanted to place a screen recording from outside while editing, and in this particular screen it would be very difficult for me to put that. So I just had to scrap that whole footage. Even it was very nice, but I had to scrap that and eventually replace it with something else. So what I did, this was my final footage for that particular screen. So what I did, I simply kept this as it is, but edited and added my screen recording over there. So that's a workaround, and several workarounds need to be done while you are creating AI generated videos. So now I'm sharing some insights that I feel that I should be sharing with you before you start your next project. The first mistake that I did is that I was not very intentional about the video that I was creating, as in I didn't know what kind of video I was creating and why. So the video that I generated using AI, they were all using this aspect ratio, which is used in the filmmaking. But after I got into the project, then I started feeling that this actually makes sense and this project can be used somewhere within our ads or something. And then I realized that I should be using either 9:16 or 16:9, a typical aspect ratio that we use within ads or something. But during editing I realized that all my videos have been horizontally long, and that kind of was not very great decision. Then another thing I would like to share with you is that this AI is not great with the sound aspect, as in it doesn't maintain the consistency of audio plus the background music. I am assuming if it knows that I am generating multiple screens, multiple frames in continuation, then I think that they should give an option to set the background audio consistently, but I didn't see that, so I had to edit that manually. I had to put the audio manually later. I will be able to share more such insights when we will be watching this video, and I will share more insights with you once we go to the editor. So let's start the video, how it looks.
It's 4 a.m. right now. Client expects a live site tomorrow morning and I've got absolutely nothing. I'm staring at a blank screen and panicking.
So if you noticed in the first frame, so this actually doesn't make a lot of sense unless you pay attention. This keyboard, I don't know why this keyboard is there. Plus I asked it to create a footage where I am scrolling through the notification, because I wanted to make that scene as I am getting terrified with the notifications that I am getting, because the deadline is very close and we are getting back-to-back notifications. But I don't know what it tried to do over here, plus why this keyboard is present. But again, like, this was simply a test project, so I didn't pay much attention, but as a creator you will definitely know.
It's 4 a.m. right now. Client expects a live site tomorrow morning and I've got absolutely nothing. Staring at a blank screen and panicking.
Now I asked it to make a scene where you are not able to do anything and your hand is stuck while typing, and I don't know what it tried to do, like who moves the hand while you are stuck with something, right? You just pause over there. But again, it's AI. By the way, whatever captions that you see on the screen right now, they are all AI generated, but at the same time I placed them manually later because I wanted to make it fit with the voiceover that I put, and all the voiceover that is AI generated, but I will share the process how I exactly did that.
Starter time.
If you notice something over here, there is a hand over here. I am sitting over here. So who exactly is operating this laptop and how?
Use starter template.
Now this is additionally added. I had a footage of our product, so I just placed it later. And again, over here, if you see, the transition is the effect of the flashback that I'm trying to share over here is slightly different. There is a different effect for flashback because I wanted to distinguish between flashback and current stage. You will see that over here as well. I will show how exactly it look like.
Use starter templates. Reinvent the wheel. You select the website template you like, make a few clicks, and your first draft will be ready in less than 30 seconds.
Now if you see this footage, although this is 16 by 9, but if you see, this is not completely touching to the edges, and the reason being I wanted to put captions over here. Otherwise what would happen, this text would appear in white, and that was kind of blending with the video project and didn't look too well. So I just kept it black and this text would be consistent.
Thank you.
Again, this effect that you see, this is for flashback, to showcase that it's a flashback. As soon as I will come to the current stage, it will show as a normal footage. So this is all about editing. Now I can't ask AI to make such transitions, make such effects. Of course I can do that, I need to experiment more, but I am assuming that it will cost me more credits plus time because I will be generating the AI videos. So it's better for me to just edit it later instead of relying on AI for that. Okay, so if you notice, there was a transition of night to morning. This was done later because I wanted to transition it smoothly, that the web designer was working throughout the night and the product helped for the first draft and the work was done till the morning. So that's the transition I wanted to add, and that's why I added a time lapse over here. So this is why you are seeing night to morning shift. So this is the thought process behind this.
The vanilla theme.
Because this scene was about to come and it was not making much sense to show the web designer completely working throughout the night and suddenly relaxing in the morning. So that's why that transition was important.
Hold you back. Get live today with starter templates.
Again, this is generated separately and I did that over Canva because my editor was not supporting this particular thing. So it was easier for me to generate it on Canva and put over here. Now let's talk about the audio files that I used. So first of all these effects that you see, I simply got that from the content library that you see on this particular editor. So didn't get that from anywhere else, I just used it from the editor itself. The reason being because that AI video generator was not able to consistently maintain the audio effects. So it was important to, for the proper filmmaking, it was important to show consistent audio. So I used a third-party audio over here, and there are two versions. So first of all, initial scene was about horror, suspense, and then later it silenced out and then it transitioned into some nice inspirational music to support the product. Now apart from the music, there are some voiceovers in this particular video. So voiceovers, whatever you see about the 11 labs, this is generated using 11 labs, and this Mark Zuckerberg. Now I wanted to generate the voice of Mark Zuckerberg, but for some reason 11 labs was not able to do it properly. So I used a third-party tool, and both the tools that I used were free, totally free. So this is 11 labs and this is a free account and it's quite generous. I would say it's very generous with its plans, and this is how the editor looks like. So you get a lot of voice options. I would say there are amazing options over here. So you can select any of these or you can even create your own voice. I tried to make it for Mark Zuckerberg, but it didn't work out well. So I had to use another tool. Then this is about the model that you want to select. I would recommend just keep the existing one, that's good enough. Then speed, if you want to make it slower, faster. Then stability, similarity, as in it depends on if you regenerate again and again, then how much similar you want as compared to the previous audio. That's what it means. Style exaggeration. So there are some styles which kind of exaggerate. There are some people who really exaggerate with the way how they talk, right? Whenever they exclaim, they make it loud. Whenever they want to make it look suspenseful, so they'll take it really low. Like all those variations that you bring in the tone of your voice, that's what it means, style exaggeration. So I kept on experimenting a lot. I would say I experimented a lot and still I am left with, I just used 28% of the credits for free. So that's amazing. So whatever I did, I simply used 11 labs and generated voiceovers for my video. I found this Fish Audio. This is a free tool. This is amazing, and what I noticed, they have all the celebrities and their voices. So we just need to put text over here and they will say in their own voice. So I got Mark Zuckerberg's voice from this tool, totally free, no charges, and pretty much nice. And then finally I edited the whole thing, and this was the entire process. So yeah, that's all about this video, and let me know if you have any doubts or if you want to discuss in the comment section. And don't forget that if you somehow make a decision to purchase Higgsfield, then make sure that you purchase it from the link that I have provided in my description. That's the way how you can support me for this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye.